Hey, Jonathan. Do you want some mushroom pasta? I said, do you want some mushroom pasta? Do you hear that? There's no answer. There's no answer because Jonathan is still gone on a business trip. And so I am taking this opportunity. This whole week has been an opportunity of making food for myself that I love, that Jonathan hates. And there is nothing more that Jonathan hates in this world than mushrooms. He despises mushrooms. We like to play a would you rather sometimes, and I always say, like, would you rather do this or eat mushrooms? And he's like, usually for the most part, whatever it is, he picks the other thing and not eating mushrooms. So we are gonna make a creamy mushroom pasta today for dinner. I'm gonna follow a recipe, kind of, for the most, kind of. Just gonna wing it. So we're gonna make some creamy mushroom pasta. And we are gonna enjoy our dinner tonight because I think, honestly, really fast, Jonathan's been gone now for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days. And I think I've eaten, counting tonight, I will have eaten 16 ounces of mushrooms. Because I love mushrooms. Anyway, let's prep the mushrooms. How many times can I say mushrooms? Let's prep them. Let's prep the garlic. And let's cook some creamy mushroom pasta. All right, first things first, I'm going to cut up 8 ounces of mushrooms. I honestly don't know how many ounces of mushrooms this is. It's probably 8. You can do any mushroom you want. The recipe that I'm following says Baby Bella, but I don't think it matters. All right, now I'm gonna grate up probably maybe 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. If you can even like see. The cloves that I have are not super big, so I'm probably gonna do about 5-ish cloves of garlic. All right, now I have a pretty deep pan here. You want a deep pan because you're gonna cook your pasta in the pan at the same time. So I have 2 tablespoons of butter in here. I'm going to put in all of the mushrooms. And I'm gonna add in the garlic. And I'm gonna let it all saute until the mushrooms get nice and soft and a lot of the moisture is gone. All right, so this is not part of the recipe, but I have some white wine in the fridge. And I'm just gonna put like a splash in there. And let it cook down because I feel like it could be good. Again, this isn't part of the recipe, but I like to not follow recipes. So I added that in. I'm just gonna let it cook down a little bit. And then we'll add our pasta and our broth. All right, I've got my pasta. I'm gonna do half of a 1 pound thing of pasta. So, 8 ounces. Now, the recipe calls for vegetable broth. I don't have vegetable broth. I've got chicken broth. So I'm adding 2.5 cups of chicken broth. And it said it's okay if the broth does not cover all the pasta. That's fine. All right, now I'm gonna turn the heat up to like medium high. And I'm gonna cover it. and then I'm gonna bring it to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, then I'm gonna stir it up and turn it to medium-low, cover it with a lid, and let it cook for 10 minutes. All right, I'm going to let that cook for 10 minutes and we'll see where it's at. All right, this cooked for about 14 minutes with the lid on. Now, I'm gonna add, I'm sorry the lighting is bad. It is raining, it's been storming. Maybe here. Might be a little bit better. It's been raining and storming half the day, so this is bad lighting. Anyway, I'm gonna add 1/3 to 1/2 cup of heavy cream to this. I can get it open. Did say to take it off the heat, so that's why it's off the heat. Also gonna add some pepper. I didn't add any salt to this because I used Better Than Bouillon chicken broth and that stuff is really salty. So I didn't add any salt, but if you don't use what I used, probably add salt. All right, I'm going to add a lot of Parmesan to this. I think it's at 1/4 cup, so I'm gonna add as much as I feel like I need. All right, I'm gonna try this. I always, you know what? Bless Jonathan for always trying this on camera because eating on camera to me is weird. And am I gonna taste it right out of this pan? Yeah, because I'm the only one that's gonna eat this anyways, so it doesn't matter at this point. I did add on the top, I dried some herbs. It was parsley and basil. It was green and purple basil that I had dried. So this is just a mix of parsley and basil. I just added it to the top, so just to make it look nice. But anyway, we're gonna try this. I made it really cheesy. I'm pretty excited. Like I said, I feel weird, but here we go. That's good. I would highly recommend adding the wine if you have it. If not, it doesn't matter. But this is really good. It's a really good like one pan recipe because you put the pasta and everything in all at once and it cooks and that's it. So there's not a lot of dishes. Will I make this for myself again? Yeah, absolutely I will. Anyway. That's enough of me saying and cooking and all the things. So, I don't know what my next video is going to be. Stick around, find out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your pasta if you decide to make it. And, you know, this is a reminder. Make things that you like sometimes. Don't always have to make things that everyone else likes. So, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!